Good job, Snap. Who two up on Black Power, family? What's going on? What's going down? How are you, family? You already know this is your brother Nguvo. Now you see R.A.N.M. Once again, back at you. This is R.A.N.M. RBG TV, family. And yes, you already know that we keep it G. Raw and uncut common sense for the common people. Dealing with common issues. Seeking common solutions. Talk to me, family. How we gonna do it? You know this by now. With black love. You know why? Because black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Alright. So today we're gonna do a follow-up. No piggybacks. We're gonna do no pork. You already know how that is. We're gonna do a follow-up to yesterday's bill. Yesterday's bill was we need a new breed. What's your pedigree, right? So I'm going to do this as a part 2. We need a new breed. What's your pedigree? Part 2. You understand? I'm just going right into it. No premise. I already know the premise from yesterday. If you saw yesterday's bill, that's what my premise is. If you did not see it, I suggest you go back. And then I guess you can proceed with this one. But nonetheless, part 2. We need a new breed. What's your pedigree, right? To go a step further than when I went yesterday, right? So I slept on this actually last night. To go a step further, we are literally in the whole process of us needing our new breed, creating our new breed nonetheless, right? Like I was saying, we need basically of all the brothers and all the sisters of like consciousness and like activity. Again, you got to be active amongst the people in the hood, doing the good. Like-mindedness and like consciousness to link up, unify, unite, and produce as much babies as possible. We got to go back to that old school way of thinking, old school way of living, where we had mad people in the household, mad children in the household. You understand? I'll give you I guess you could say a practical example, nonetheless, right here, right now. The Wayans. Look at the Wayne family, right? Comedians and all of them or whatever. Just look at the numbers. That family is huge. If you think about it, that's an old school type of family structure, whatever. Of course, mother and father still together, still married, holding it down for odd-even years, and just mad babies, boom, one after another, one after another, one after another. And at the end of the day, they all had different talents, they had all different skills. They brought it to the, to the table of the family, nonetheless. And look at them now. They doing their thing. They, as long, according to the whole entertainment thing is concerned. But nonetheless, I'm just giving you a practical example of a large family, a large black family, a large active black family. As far as, when I mean active in their word, I'm referring to as far as doing their thing, getting their money. But as far as active with us, under this, you already know what it is. The rebuilding of the black family. Because that is the core of the black nation. No family, no nation. And it's funny that I even say that word, or say it just like that, no family, no nation, because it's just that simple. Me and the wife, we was chopping it up last night after the last couple of days, and basically, we've just been asking ourselves, because people are now, matter of fact, okay, here's a recent, I guess you say a recent event. On the book, there's a question going around. Do people value marriage? 98% of the people that made a comment on that joint, and it was a lot of comments, but ooh, let me tell you, they all said no. They all shitted on it. They only looked at it as a business. They only looked at it a way as to get over on the next person legally. Things like this. Just a whole bunch of negative mindset. And it got us thinking, and honestly, it made us mad when we was talking about it. It was like, yo, how the hell? Just think about it. Put on your thinking caps. How in the hell can you demand the fact that you need a nation? You demand a nation. You want a nation. This, that, and the third. Which is true. Which is true. Which is true. We do need one. But then again, family, you got to do your math. You got to do your math. 1 + 1 is 2, right? All right. So with that being said, your nation is your answer, right? That's your want. That's what you want to get. That's the question mark. That's your answer. But then again, in the equation, if you lack the family structure, as far as male and female, if you lack this, the stability in this, it'll always be a question mark. It'll always be an unanswered question as far as the equation is concerned. Because at the end of the day, the family is the core premise of a nation. Period. Point blank. This is why, again, I'm saying black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Brothers, put your manufactured egos to the side. Put your manufactured pride to the side. All this stuff by way of the media. Sisters, same thing. Put it to the side. Put it to the side. Again, all by way of the media. Right? Put that shit to the side. Because at the end of the day, again, this is about survival right now, man. The people need to press on into the next realm. You understand? But how the hell are we going to press on if, once again, pillar number one, pillar number two are either at odds, constant bickering and fighting, that's the only communication, or going elsewhere, aka interracial relationships. So again, we need a new breed, right? We need the man and the woman to, again, when I say go in, I mean go in. Build up each other's mental. Build up each other's temple, even. Produce as many babies as possible. I'm talking about, again, like I said, Mr. Garvey said, if it takes up to 200 years, then we got to take up to 200 years. By the end of the day, it has to be persistent, consistent, every day, all day. Grinding out. You understand? Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is about survival. We need these offspring, these future generations, these children, right? The products, again, of that man and woman coming together on a like-mindedness and like activity. You understand? To do what they got to do, because, again, those children are going to be the ones to push everything forward. These children are going to be the ones that grow with no fear. These children are going to be the ones that put their lives on the line fully. I'm talking red line, full throttle type shit. You understand? Who have no fear of death. Because at the end of the day, the children today, the young ones of today, and I talk to them. They have no fear as it is right now. They're just reckless with it. It's not properly guided. It's not molded in a way that could be productive for the family. It's just reckless activity, if you will. You understand? But they have no fear. If it costs them their lives, it just costs them their lives. At the end of the day, it's taking them out of the shit that we in right now. Everybody that's ever came to us with any type of revolutionary message or tactic or whatever always told us the price of freedom is what, family? Death. Period. You got to be willing to pay this with your life if necessary. You understand? This is why, again, I said we need the man and the woman of like-mindedness, of like consciousness, and like activity to link up, hook up, stay together through thick and thin. Again, stay together through thick and thin. And that's another reason why folks don't want to do the whole marriage thing or whatever. They're afraid of work. So again, family, going back to what I said a couple minutes ago in the very beginning, how in the hell do you expect to run, control, and establish a nation when you cannot run, control, and of an established marriage, an established relationship? That makes absolutely no sense. You canceled yourself out from the very beginning. If you can't handle a relationship with that brother, with that sister, if you can't handle a marriage with that brother or that sister, your nationhood fight is over and done with. We got to put to bed the baby mamas. We got to put to bed the baby daddies. We got to put to bed the children born out of wedlock, whatever. We got to put all that. So we got to organize. We got to structure this stuff, man. Again, nationhood also requires discipline, family. It requires discipline on all levels. And family discipline is one of the biggest levels to running a nation. Your family has to be structured because at the end of the day, it starts within the house. If you cannot manage the four walls of your home, you can forget your block. And if you forget the block, you can forget the neighborhood. If you forget the neighborhood, you forget the county. If you forget the county, the city, the state, etc., 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 etc. It's over. It starts within the home, family. We need a brand new breed of children that know this from the time that they are young, from the time that they are able to basically see clearly, from the time they're able to understand the messages of their parents that's teaching them, as well as understand the messages of outside society that's attacking and combating them. Once they understand this, these are going to be the children of that generation and era, again, to grow in that discipline. There is a major gap between the disciplines of old versus the current running of non-discipline within the family structure. Again, we got to get rid of the separatism within the house. We got to. At the end of the day, the children are relying on you. Us, we. You understand? So again, we need a new breed. What's your pedigree? You already know your pedigree is what your mind is on. That's what your mind is on. Your focus should be, if you're going to say you about this nationhood thing, you about this black love thing and this, that, and the third, your focus, your pedigree should be aimed that of establishing a nation. But first and foremost, honestly, that's the long term. The short term of your pedigree should be establishing a family. Establishing a family. That should be first and foremost as far as dealing with this whole nationalism, nationhood thing, whatever. Building your family. Again, if you cannot control the four walls of your own home, you are not going to be able to run or control a nation. It's just that simple. It starts within the house. This is why I always say it also starts with the individual. Because at the end of the day, the individual is bringing something to that house's table. The other individual is bringing something to that house's table. You dig? Again, those babies from that union are going to be the ones to live without fear, grow without fear, face every adversity that we're facing today and in the past with no fear, like a lot of the adults have today. Again, this is another reason why there is a gap between the youngins and the elders. The youngins of today, again, in their reckless, fearless actions, they also have the clear eyesight to realize that, yo, a lot of our elders, a lot of folks that came before us are really just scared shitless. They'll talk a good game, but they not about to put up nothing. Now, we've all heard the phrase, put up or shut up. But at the end of the day, nobody's putting up nothing. Period. Nobody's putting up nothing. And nobody's shutting up. That's the funny thing about it. And that's the part that's pissed these kids off. That's the part that's pissed these children off. So it's like, listen, you don't want to show me how to do it. You don't want to put me on. I'm going to do it the best way I can. And I dare you to say something bad about me when I'm doing it. Because now I'm going to come at you. This is what we have to stop. So again, at the end of the day, we got to face reality for what it is. The elders, most of our elders from this time and back, let's keep it 100, they're stuck in their ways. And that's cool. I understand. Hey, everybody got a lane to draw their whipping, metaphorically speaking. But at the end of the day, if your lane is not the whole speaking up, your lane is not standing for something, hey, it is what it is. That's your lane. You drive your car in it. Me, on the other hand, this is my lane. This is our lane. We're going to drive on. We're going to press on. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, is this for the common core of the common people? Yeah, it is. But I also did say this, though. You got a lot of folks and a lot of things that's in the way that do need to be removed. So that common core, so that common collective, which is the people, can reap that benefit, reap that reward, which is and which will be our nation. But again, family, first and foremost, you have to desire, have a burning desire to want to establish a family. Straight up and down. And then you do what you got to do to work toward that goal, which is establishing that family. You do what you got to do to get that family. You work hard. If you got to get a J.O., you get that J.O., save up a couple dollars or whatever. Eventually, you got your dollars are saved off to the side, whatever. Get you a crib. keep stacking that paper, whatever. Then you establish your own business as time goes on. Now you're controlling your business as well as controlling your household. That's nationhood, family. That's a mini nation right there. The controlling of a home and the controlling of a business. That's a mini nation right there. Now all we got to do is take those two right there, those two things right there, multiply them. There's your nation. There's your nation. It's not a hard thing to do. Again, we can theorize the thing all day. We can romance it all day. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's put up or shut up. It's put up or shut up. This is why, again, I say the babies of today, the babies of tomorrow, who are going to be born of the babies of today, we got to do what we got to do right now. Now I'm talking to the bangers. Now I'm talking to the G's. We got to do what we got to do to really catch these kids. We got to recapture their minds. Because again, like I said before yesterday, the mental slavery is the thing that we're most trapped under right now. That mind lock is something serious. It's something serious. So we got to recapture these babies' minds from a young stage, from a young age. Just grab them up, boom. You know what I'm saying? Show them, mold them, teach them, grow them, train them. Physically, mentally, spiritually, economically, with the sciences. All that. We got to train them on every level, family. Because again, like I said, we got to face reality for what it is. If no disrespect intended, but I got to say something that has to be said. If we were to rely on right now the application of those that came before us, as far as, I'm not talking necessarily grades, I'm just talking about the average, everyday brother and sister. Because at the end of the day, the average brother and sister was supposed to be, quote unquote, following brothers and sisters like this. But at the end of the day, folks also talked a good game but didn't walk with them. At least not long enough. So again, I'm talking about the average brother and sister around the way, right? If they are not putting up, if we were supposed to rely on what they've put up, what they've applied thus far, it would be game over. It would be game over. Again, this is why these kids are pissed off today. They don't want to hear anything no more. They do not. Unless you're saying something that's literally speaking their language, and their language is that of rebellion. Keep it 100. Their language is that of rebellion. They are tired of seeing all the generations of everybody that's come before them go through the same old cycle. Same old cycle. It's like, yo, are you Negroes serious? This is what they're basically saying through their actions. Are you Negroes serious? You can't be kidding. You guys, are you serious? This is what they're saying. But again, the adults, the elders, they want to get mad at these kids. So again, yes, it's for the common core of the common people. But again, we need that application, that activity of the common people. It's going to require work of the people. It's going to require time of the people. It's going to require manpower, the people. It's going to require money of the people. Resources of the people. You cannot sit back and rely on one person type deal to think it's going to go down. That era, that breed of folks of ours, we gotta put that to the back burner. We need that new breed, that new creation to step forward and say, it's about all of us. Together the ant shall conquer the elephant. That means me, locked up, linked arms with the next brother and the next sister. Everybody's doing something. From the oldest to the youngest. Male and female. Everybody's out there on what they would like to call the front line. The whole damn line, the whole rank and file would be the front line because everybody's out there making a push. That's the type of breed of people that we need. We need folks that's going to go that hard every day with every amount of ability that they have, no matter what lane they're in. Whether if they are the warriors, the fighters, you know, the loudmouths that we have right now, we need some activity. We need some activity because at the end of the day, that's defense, right? Everybody talks about defense. We need defense, right? We're getting defended all day long. When is those warrior type, when is that warrior breed going to come back out and start fighting? Right? We need that We need that new breed of teacher. You understand? We need that new breed of teacher. That type of, oh, watch this. Perfect example. Y'all seen the movie Serafina, right? That's one of my favorite movies. I love watching that movie. Miss Masumbuga, I think that was her name, right? Miss Masumbuga, played by Whoopi Goldberg, right? She was not your average teacher, by far. She was not your average teacher. She gave them kids, of course, the curriculum. You know what I mean? Get the little grades up or whatever. But when the curriculum was done, and that was the real small portion of the class, the other 85% of the class, she was giving them the real deal. Trying to how to manage and maneuver through the area in what they lived in. You understand? That's the type of teachers that we need. Shout out to my old high school teacher, Miss Hillian. I loved her, yo. She kept it G with us all the time. Word up. Anyway, we need them type of breed of teachers. We need a new breed of business people, money people. We need the type of folks that's going to basically, how can I say this? Claude Anderson, perfect person I would like to use for the economics. We need that new breed of money people to take a plan like that and a platform like what Dr. Claude Anderson has brought forth and use it, implement it, put it into place so we can begin to control our economics, control our dollars, control the circulation of it, establish that economy. You understand? We need a new breed of fathers that's going to be there from day one until and beyond, training these children, showing these boys how to be a man by being the first example of a man, not directing them somewhere else. You're going to show him by your actions. Understood? We need a new breed of mothers and sisters, women, women that are going to give the examples to these sisters of what a queen is, that everybody loves to call themselves, of what a goddess is, that everybody loves to call themselves. Show these sisters how to handle themselves as a black woman in this society that we live in, how to conduct herself, not according to European standards or anybody else's standards for that matter, but according to our standards that we determine for ourselves, that determine and establish our royalty for ourselves. You understand? Self-reliance, family. Self-determination. Again, at the end of the day, it is the women that all life comes through. She is that portal. You understand? She's that portal of all life. So with that being said, what is implemented into her, what is put into that woman from a young age, the product will come out in her children. So again, this is why I say it is very necessary, very vital, and very important that we get that new breed. We create that new breed. It's going to take some time, of course. It's not going to happen overnight. That's a given. But at the end of the day, we have to be steadfast. We have to be consistent. We have to, again, live for it, and if necessary, die for it. It's for your freedom, right? It's for our freedom and liberation at the end of the day, right? Again, everybody talks about, not to go off on a tangent or whatever, but everybody talks so sweet and romanticizes about the afterlife, this, that, and the third, but nobody wants to do what they got to do to get to that sweetness. Or create it for themselves right here on earth, nonetheless. We can just romanticize about it, talk about it, regurgitate it, put it into application, and that new breed will be the ones to apply everything that we've had for the past 100 to however odd years. You understand? Of all of these messages and information that we've had. Now, granted, yes, I know we're in the information age currently. We just entered that stage right now. So now we have full access to all of this knowledge. We have full access to all this information. So really now, it's no excuse for you not to know what the hell's going on. There's no excuse for you not to have the desire and the burn to want to make that change happen for you and your people. Again, we need a new breed. What is your pedigree? What's your mind doing? The breed is only going to come on based off the mind. You understand? Like I said, it's really about time we go out, you know what I'm saying, out with the old and with the new type, real talk. And again, folks may take that as a disrespect. It's really not a disrespect, but at the end of the day, it's only preserving the legacy of the people. Are you not part of the people? Or are you separating yourself already? Like we've been separated from amongst each other for the longest time. Think it's not illegal. Living black ain't wrong. You understand? If you have to step to the back, you know what I'm saying, the back of the line, so we can move forward, then you just gonna have to take a step to the back of the line. Don't feel no way. At the end of the day, we are the ones that's doing it for us. It's supposed to be an us factor. It's supposed to be a we factor. But at the end of the day, when you still thinking selfish, when you still thinking on an individual level, living on an individual level, your feelings get hurt. Your pride gets hurt. It's empty anyway, because what do we have to show for it? But rhetoric. So again, we need a new breed. Folks that's going to be willing to live, willing to put the work in, willing to put the time and grind in, and willing, if necessary, you understand? Creator forbid, ancestors forbid, but if necessary, if it came to it, you willing to go out for it. But standing though, not going out rolling over. That's not what I'm talking about when I say go out. When I say dive, I ain't just saying stand there and just shoot me. Hell no. I'm talking about going out fighting. On any level that you're fighting on. Again, there's different many levels of warfare that we're engaged in right now. So, within that realm of whatever warfare that you're engaged in, that's nonetheless attacking the people, you fight. We need a new breed. What's your pedigree? Questions, comments, concerns, please get at your boy. In the meantime, between time, you already know this has been in Google Now. You see R-A-N-M. You understand? R-A-N-M, RBG TV fam. You know we keep CG. Raw and uncut. Gotta say what has to be said. You understand? But at the end of the day, like I said, we need a new breed. We just need a new breed. Period, point blank. We need it. We need that change that folks been talking about for the longest times, man. And it's only going to change when the attitude of the people change, when the people themselves change. This is why, again, I'm saying, and I'm urging and encouraging everybody out there that's in that black love scenario, relationship scenario, to have as many babies as possible, man, so that new breed can come about. Know who you laying with first. Before you even lay down, know the person. You understand? We need to build mentally, physically, spiritually, and we need to produce those babies. We need to produce those babies. Word. Word. Again, we got to clean up the house, which is the family structure. Organize that before we talk about organizing the nation. Clean up the homes, clean up the families, clean up these relationships, these marriages. At the end of the day, again, the children are relying on that. They depend on that. Give them something they can depend and rely on. Don't bullshit them. The might of the nation rests within the women. The defense of the nation rests within the men. The legacy of the nation rests within the youth. Black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Together the ant shall conquer the elephant. Family, I can go on and on. I can go on and on. But again, we need a new breed. Ones that's going to bang the work. Ones that's going to apply the work. Questions, comments, concerns. Once again, comment box, get at your boy. Again, thank you again for watching R&M RBG TV, family. You already know. Uncle Job Snap, Hutuapa on Black Power, family. Again, I can't stop saying it, man. Black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Let's bring in that new breed. That's how we can do it. That is the way. We're gonna do it. Not can, we are going to do it.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.